we go to the Southland. The Southland is a couple of really interesting teams. McNeese was pretty much the entire story of the NCAA tournament last year. We it was a tournament that sadly lacked a lot much for upsets, but McNeese beat Clemson pretty handily. They were very impressive. Obviously, coach gone, but they still assembled a really really good squad this year. And then Stephen F. Austin, our team's been really tough. I feel like it's going to be really these two going neck and neck.
I don't remember who it was, but I know I saw one of the major bracketology guys put both SFA and McNeese in the tournament. That was before McNeese lost to UTRGV. But at the same time, it's like, man, that was really cool because both those teams are playing at a really, really high level. I've noticed recently, I've been watching a lot of Southland basketball. A couple of years ago, I was at LSU for a football game, but they played Nichols the night before, so I went to the game, and Nichols beat them. And ever since then, I've kind of followed Nichols because I like Coach Sadler. He's super young. I was a really young head coach as well, so I can kind of relate to what he's going through a little bit. And I've just kind of followed his program, and it led to me watching the Southland more and more. And like that league is actually really good from a mid-major
Yeah,
standpoint. It's super, super competitive. But even the teams at the bottom, like, are not bad teams. And like Craig Doty's the head coach at Houston Christian, and I know him personally because he was a JUCO coach here in Illinois. And he's a really, really good coach. He did a great job at Emporia State in the Division II, and I'm really happy to see him having that job. I know they're struggling a little bit this year, but it's like they're going to beat somebody. New Orleans is significantly better this year. I believe they won at TCU this year and Tulane, I
yeah.
think. Like it's just UTRGV is like solid. They beat McNeese, and like just this league as a whole is crazy competitive, and night in night out, like you're gonna get a battle from anybody.
Yeah, it's really an impressive story to be honest, because just a few years ago, like it felt like they had fallen to the point where their teams were pretty much just getting the 16 on the 16 line, whoever won the
Right.
conference. And now, like you saw, they even had to try to survive a little bit. Like the WAC had been kind of invading them a little bit, and then they decided just to dive all in on regionality, focus on all the local programs around, in the those areas of Texas and Louisiana, and they embraced that and really just evolved the league at that point. McNeese started investing heavily in basketball, and that really helped. It's really impressive. They've really raised the profile of their conference very quickly in just a few years.
Absolutely. And it shows like other conferences can do that too. Like it's not stopping like the NEC that I've been following pretty closely this year. Like what's stopping them from doing that type of thing as well? Or you can name other conferences obviously, but it's like the regionality aspect that the Southland has bought into with Texas and Louisiana, I think just makes it's awesome. It's just really cool
Yeah,
because that's not the case in college athletics anymore. So when you have this league like the Southland that has teams like that, and there's other teams moving forward that they can add from say potentially the WAC or what is UT Arlington going to do? Like you're always hearing them rumored. I mean, I know they're in the WAC, but you always hear rumors of them. Like I've even heard rumors of them in the Missouri Valley and like other things. Like uh, what about if you wanted to spread your footprint a little bit into like say Central Arkansas or there's so many things that they could do that that's they they have a really good thing going. I just hope that they can keep it that way.
absolutely. Yeah. And I found myself ever since they did that, I found myself very drawn to catching Southland, well, Southland sports in general, but obviously like Southland basketball. I've been much more drawn to it ever since they really just went it all in this regionality. Like I think it's fun for college sports when you have all these teams that are close together playing each other. Like every game is intense because of that.
And I think the thing that's really helped them is they play a lot of their conference games Saturday and Monday. Like maybe not as many people are watching their games on Saturday because you got so many other games, but on Monday there's not as many games, so you're able to watch that league and really focus in on it. And I hope fans are doing that they're watching those games because these games, there's legitimate players. Like you look at the rosters of these teams, these guys are transfers from legitimate programs. Like you're in a really good area for recruiting when it comes to New Orleans, with the Louisiana schools, and obviously the Texas schools. You have Dallas, Houston. You go down the line of all the major cities in Texas that you can get some of these guys from. So I think it's really, really helped a lot of those programs, and obviously the success McNeese has had recently has really helped. I mean, obviously they've put into making their program better financially, and it shows.
Yeah, absolutely. Southland Mondays are a must on your calendar at some
Yes,
point because
yes.
it is so great.